Hello. It's been a couple weeks since my last confession. No, it's been a couple weeks since my last video. Around a couple weeks. And I wanted to update you with what's been going on with my life. I did not get in that study. So I am back on Cymbalta. It's keeping me less impulsive. So now I'm back in the three pillars: prayer, medication, and therapy. I rekindled with an old friend. If you long time watchers of my videos would know this, but I used to be a role player. I used to do Dungeons and Dragons, World of Darkness, games based in the Star Trek universe, things like that. And I'd do that with my friends, and with one in particular who was as close to a brother I've ever had, and I'm an only child. And when we fought like brothers, we struggled like brothers, but we also loved like brothers. And due to one of our fights and one of our disagreements, I walked away. And I thought at the time that it was what I needed, and maybe it was what I needed at that time. Since I have God has opened my eyes and shown me. I've rekindled my faith, and my faith is stronger now than it has been in a long, long time. And this is also the people who I was hanging out with when I had the dream, the Night of the Living Christians. I thought at the time that it was my subconscious telling me that organized religion is nothing but hypocrisy. For those who haven't watched one of my earlier videos, I'll repeat the dream here. My friends were driving me home, and I was living at my parents' house at the time, and there was a living crush on the front lawn, a living manger scene, and Mary and Joseph were yelling and were saying, "Homosexuals must die, all unbelievers shall perish." Really hate-filled. I mean, there was no love, there was no compassion, there was no mercy. It was all really fire and brimstone, which I believe there is a place for that. But it was really, you could tell, I mean, they were almost caricatures of themselves. And so I reached out my hand, I got out of the car and reached out my hand and said, "Listen, you're not doing any favors to God. You're pushing people away from the faith. I mean, you are full of hatred and venom and anger." And as soon as I said that, Mary, actually, no, it wasn't Mary, it was Joseph, I believe, cold-cocked me, punched me. I mean, this dream I had in 2002, so some of it is kind of fuzzy. And so then I went back in the car, and one of the wise men had a sledgehammer and killed one of my friends. And so throughout this, we went back to their apartment, and there were all these people with it looked like maybe Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons, or you know when you'd have like a suit and kind of a name tag, and they were acting like something out of a George Romero film, hate, hate, and they started killing off my friends. And I thought that was basically my subconscious telling me that religion is no good. That, I mean, it's corrupted. It's all. And I had this dream shortly after I left the Catholic Church because of the sex scandals and because of what I view as doctrinal stuff that just is more about power and more about control than about the love of God. And so I left, and I was slowly becoming more and more of an atheist over the next 5 or so years, 6 or so years, and I mean, all my friends were also atheists and agnostics. I mean, they view Christianity as this. I know I'd be putting words in their mouth, but they quote the hypocrisy. I mean, one of my friends has a family member who is very prideful and very money grubbing and very self righteous and stuff like that, and throws her faith and pushes her faith upon him, and he really doesn't like that. As well, and so anyway, getting back to why I made this video. I left the group, and then God led me back to His church, and I do believe God communicates with us through dreams, through visions, through other people, through life experiences, and I was having dreams where I was back in the gaming group, very strong. I mean, it would be like for about a month, I would have a dream once a week, and I couldn't fall asleep one night just knowing I have to contact him, and I sent him an email, and basically saying that I broke a friendship, I abandoned a friendship. I just instead of trying to work on it, I just threw it away, and I repented of that, and we started communicating back and forth, and rekindled a friendship. The one thing I'm concerned about is what they do is gaming. Like I said, World of Darkness, Dungeons and Dragons, Star Trek. Now I know there's a lot of fundamentalists believe Dungeons and Dragons is satanic. I did it. I don't think it is. We're not worshiping gods. They're not worshiping gods. They're just, it's fantasy, and I believe in some kind of that you can have stories, tell stories of good versus evil, and of and the same people who say that it is evil, they're kind of hypocrites because they supported vicious dictators like Mobutu, Charles Taylor. But still, there's still part of me that wonders, is that dabbling in a cult? And the World of Darkness, deals with like vampires, werewolves, etc., things like that. Even there's a game called Demon. There are fallen angels, and so even that, it kind of, I don't know, and so but yet I feel like God wants me to rekindle this, and the reason why I think is because my friends, they're not bad people, they're not Satanists, they're not evil people. They're people who were the world sinned against them, and they're lost, just like I am. And I think this is going to be a two-parter, because I only have 10 minutes. So I think I'm going to end this here, and I'm going to finish it up on the second.